Phoenix News. I'm your host Alexandra Wajeva.
And I am Harry Dikov. In this edition, we will tell you more about the opportunities of distance learning, the second edition of the European Court of Human Rights mock trial, and last but not least, SAF Spring funding.
As you can see, distance learning hasn't stopped us from making our latest newscast. We encourage you to continue your clubs and electives, even though there are no face-to-face meetings. Try different creative ways in which you can continue your daily routine with all the extracurricular activities in it. Don't forget that we are all in this together, and we should keep in touch with our classmates and teachers. As ACS students, we believe that challenges make us stronger and even more united for the future.
The second edition of the European Court of Human Rights mock trial was held from the 6th to the 8th of March in ACS under the patronage of the European Parliament. The organizers were seniors Cristabel Conta, Dora Angelova and Rado Angelov, and this event was their senior independent honors project.
Maggie interviewed one of the organizers, Cristabel Conta, to learn more about the event.
What it feels like when something organized from 3 12th graders reaches such dimensions.
I can speak for a very long time on just how satisfied I was and still am that the event reached such dimensions. But I have found an easier way to put it in. It is true that the European Court of Human Rights mock trial is organized by seniors, but among many individuals and organizations that congratulated us for the second edition of our initiative, it was the European Parliament that really confirmed my belief that what we were doing was important and worthy. By receiving the European Parliament patronage, the mock trial was officially accepted as an event that meets the values and goals that are the essence of the European institution. There is nothing that could make me happier.
What did you learn from the students from the other countries who participated?
It is true that this year participants came not only from different towns in Bulgaria, but we also had participants from Frankfurt and Vienna. These young university students proved to us that when you see an event that meets your expectations, your desire to develop, and your aspirations for success, regardless of your current location, you can always make the choice to take part in it.
What kind of skills do participants develop?
There is a large range of skills that the participants develop throughout the whole mock trial competition. Starting even before the actual event, they need to work out their speeches, arguments, and ideas with their partners. However, many of the participants applied without a teammate, which meant that we, as organizers, paired them up with someone that they probably had never met before. Apart from this challenging teamwork experience, another skill that they learned was actually analyzing and reading complex legal texts. Many of the participants, especially those in the high school division, had never really faced up with such a challenge. But by participating in the mock trial, they actually learned not only how to read and understand these texts, but how to support their arguments with court decisions, with real-life cases, in order to prove their point within the legal framework as well. The last skill that I would personally like to point out is the ability to feel the person. It is true that it is easy for you to construct an argument, to create a whole speech, but in order for you to stand up in front of the judges and really prove your point, you need to be ready to answer not only the questions, what are you doing and what are you saying, but also why are you doing this? And in order to know the answer to this question, you really need to know why you're defending this person or why you're making his claims seem wrong and inappropriate.
Tell me about the difficulties you faced of organizing such an event.
The organization of any event is prone to difficulties. Speaking of the European Court of Human Rights mock trial, there are two main challenges that I could point out. On one side, a very common milestone for many events to reach is obtaining the necessary amount of finances needed for executing the event. We are of course very grateful to the Student Activities Fund here at ACS for providing us with a significant amount of our budget. However, we still needed more finances. Thankfully, we had the luck to get support from a very emerging law firm here in Bulgaria, Kenseller, which basically provided the necessary finances to fill in the whole gap in our budget. The other challenge that we faced was of course related to applicants. As we know, there is a very popular debate on whether the Bulgarian youth is active enough to participate in such extracurricular events. And as much as we had put a lot of thought and effort in our event, a great portion of its success depended on the applicants that we were going to have. Their motivation and their preparedness to really give their best at our event. Thankfully, it turned out that our event had an applicant pool even larger than the one we had last year. Probably this is so because we had already established the European Court of Human Rights mock trial as an event that is worthy of the people's free time, that gives them a lot of experience, and that has proven to be something that is really a significant part of the youth calendar here in Bulgaria.
On the 19th of February, the Student Activities Fund held the 2020 Spring Session in the Media Room. 11 student projects, clubs, and Senior Honor Independent Project applied for grants up to 500 leva each. Every project's leader had to make a presentation which featured more information about the planned activities. Some of the approved projects included ACS Debate Open, Easter Egg Hunt, and Spring Fling.
Thank you for being with Phoenix News. Stay healthy and see you next time.